Hey guys, happy day one! I am so thrilled to have you here with us on this journey. I've been praying for you a lot in these past few weeks as I put together this material, just praying that God would really transform your heart during this month that we have together. I know for me, putting together this material has been so impactful, just in changing my own thinking about what beauty is and why do I pursue health and fitness. What is the real value in it? And that's been really amazing for me. And I just pray that it will be the same way for you too. So buckle up, you guys. We're going to be on an awesome journey this month together. And I cannot wait to dive in. So as we begin, I believe the best place to start is going to be asking ourselves, why pursue health and fitness? How come? Why are we even here? Why do we make such an importance on this topic? And what is God's perspective? How does He feel about how we treat our bodies and what kind of food we eat and how we are physically fit? For so long, in my past, I tried to eat healthfully and exercise simply because I wanted my body to look a certain way. I wanted to wear a certain size of jeans. I wanted to be praised because other people thought I was beautiful. You know what the problem is with that kind of thinking? That was my primary motivator, and achieving that goal would never ever satisfy me. I never felt beautiful enough or skinny enough. Have you guys been there where you feel like you've finally reached the goal that you've been striving for, and yet it doesn't satisfy? You're still left with this emptiness and this void. Well, that problem started in my heart. Without even realizing it, I bought into Satan's lie that outward beauty would ultimately satisfy me. And oh my goodness, what a lie that truly is. And yet it's something that's so easy for us women to fall into because it's everywhere in our culture. Yeah, what an empty pursuit that is. And so we are here this month to say, we are going to fight against what our culture tells us, that how we look physically is not the highest thing to pursue, and that will leave us dry and empty. And I believe that by changing our perspectives, that will have a ripple effect for the women in our lives as well. Okay, so why pursue health from a biblical perspective? What does God see? What is God's opinion about it? First of all, I think the biggest verse that comes to my mind regarding health and fitness is 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. And it says, do you not know that your bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you receive from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. So if we look at our decisions from this perspective, it's helpful to think and ask ourselves, are my decisions honoring God? Are my actions glorifying Him? Is how I'm taking care of my body bringing Him the glory? So then I think, okay, so when I go through an awful binge, when I eat far too much of a food and feel like I'm out of control with that food, is that bringing Him glory? No, that's me often out of control being a slave to food. If I sit around all day without exercising or without intentionally moving my body, does that honor the body that He's given me? No, I don't think so, not in the long run. Certainly, as a side note, there are exceptions to that, of course, the times that we're just physically not able to exercise, or, times that really isn't the best decision for whatever is going on in our lives, certainly. But in general, if we're not taking care of our bodies, that's not going to be glorifying to the God who lives in us and who created us. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it all for the glory of God. Can you currently say that about your health and fitness? Is that what you're doing is glorifying God? And if not, how can you make changes starting today, little by little, so that you can confidently say yes to that question? Now, there are certainly two sides to the spectrum. The side that says, I don't care about my body, I'm not going to take care of it. And then there's also the side that says, I care about it so much, and I care about how it looks and how it feels so much that I end up being obsessed with it. and I obsessively take care of it at the expense of the people in my life that God has given me to care for, and the calling that He's entrusted me with. So there's definitely the two sides there. And the goal is to fall in the middle, to take care of your body in a healthy way, but also to give yourself lots of grace to be imperfect, because none of us want to be perfect. So not that we don't want to, it's impossible. Okay, so we'll talk more about grace to come in the next couple weeks and the role of grace in our health and fitness. But just to point on it a little bit, I believe that an eternal perspective is to care for our bodies as if they are holy, because they are. And this means feeding it foods that God intended to be nourishing. So real foods, not fake man-made foods that aren't actually food, not actually intended for our bodies to digest, but also give ourselves grace to enjoy those unhealthy foods as well, because I believe that God created everything, and He wants us to enjoy life, so we can't have strict discipline at the expense of even enjoying our lives and enjoying food, because I believe God intended food to be pleasurable, but also to take care of our bodies, to not give us too much. Oh, low battery. I hope it's still recording. Okay, so finally, the last verse that I find to be super encouraging as I consider my own health and fitness is 1 Timothy 4:8, which says, "For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come." So this verse reminds me that God does care about how we treat our bodies, but it also challenges me to do a heart check, make sure I'm pursuing godliness above physical fitness. And man, that just convicts me every time, because it's tangible to pursue our physical fitness, right? You can see it, you can feel it, and it's not as tangible to pursue godliness. And yet, oh, how much more important it is for us to seek out Jesus, to read His Word, to become more godly, than to pursue a beautiful body. So those are thoughts for the first day, just a little bit about what I believe to be God's perspective regarding health and fitness, though I could have gone so much deeper into that topic. That just scratches the surface. But in the end, all we can take with us at the end of our lives is our relationship with Jesus. So yeah, keep that in mind as you begin this challenge, and I can't wait to dive further into some of these topics to come. All right, we'll see you in the group, guys. Bye.